Hello, beautiful spirit. Yes. And welcome to another episode of Come Through, where in this podcast, I basically share my personal experience and stories to basically help with navigating everyday life. And I also do this with using reading the energy of the day, or should I say the week? Because this week we are utilizing the wonderful full moon energy in Aries. Yes, come through. Now, today is the 7th while I'm doing this reading. The full moon actually hit its peak yesterday on the 6th, but as we all know, full moon energy, and it is a super moon. Usually you can start feeling the plateau or the basically you got 3 days prior, 3 days, give or take 3 days after the peak of full moon energy to get all of that residual energy to make use of it to best satisfy your life. So think of me as your cheat sheet for the week. Come through, y'all. All right. So ah I'm so happy to be back. It's been a minute. Yes, I've missed the new moon in Virgo, which I really wanted to hit, but I had some travels. I had to go back to Chicago. I had to take care of some loose ends. I had some family drama to deal with. Oh my God. I don't know if I'll be mentioning it through my reading right now, but if it seems to be related or correlate with the downloads that I receive as I'm delivering this message, I'll definitely go into detail, but it's all good. I'm just glad I'm here. I had to leave Chicago, come back home, ground myself. Life was lifing, getting some things done, but I'm so happy that I'm here to read the energy for this full moon in Aries, which is a breath of fresh air and a restart for me. And it should be a restart for you, my dear. Aries is a wonderful initiator. It is a cardinal sign, okay? A cardinal sign, which means it is one of the groups, the Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and who is the third? Cancer. So what am I missing? I'm missing an air sign. That's what it is. Okay. So the air sign for the cardinal sign would be Libra. Libra. And so basically it is a initiator, it's a go-getter, and it's a fire sign. And I'm doing this on a Tuesday. And Tuesday is ruled by Mars. Aries is known and associated with the god of war, which is Aries, and again associated with the planet of Mars. And I'm doing it on Tuesday. This is perfect. I wanted to do this reading yesterday on Moon Day, but my spirit just was not letting that happen at all. I did my reading, and every card that came out told me set boundaries and focus on me, which is technically perfect because on Monday, remember, beautiful spirit, you're supposed to be doing some form of self-care as you tune in to the moon. And I utilize my full moon energy for just that. So this is epic. This is perfect timing. You are receiving this message when you are supposed to receive it. My messages are timeless. So it doesn't matter if you're in this peak of Aries or whenever you run across this message, you were supposed to get it at this particular time. Come through. So without further ado, this message is for you on how best to work with this wonderful full moon, releasing full moon energy in Aries. Come through. That was a lot of conversation. Let me get my sip of water. As we get this vibe going. Now, as always, I start with tarot. And hear me when I say, honey, oh, so many cards came out in the tarot for this reading. I was shocked. I'm like, literally, like, how many cards we need? But Spirit said we got a lot to talk about, probably because we got to make up for lost time, but it's all good. It's all good. First one up, I have number 2, intuition. Number 9, material harvest. Number 7, and I'll break down which one of the colors and all this other stuff to know which suit we're talking about. Number 7, deception and envy. Number 4, heart chakra. Up next, 1, 1, passion ignited. 8, emotional withdrawal. And underneath the deck energy, number 5, emotional loss. Let's get it cracking. Oh my goodness. The deck was out here doing the most. And I definitely can understand why. There was a lot going on. There was a lot. Like I said, I had to even do my own grounding. Um, and solidify some things for myself in order for me to be my best self for you. All right. As always, I'm here to be of service. But again, there are days, there are times when the healer needs healing and has to go back and ground myself or him or herself in order to be a conduit of messages and help others. And so that was my space. All right. So I get this message. This is pretty interesting. Let's begin. Number 2, this sign, this is intuition. So in tarot, this will be significant and associated with the high priestess. All right. And so intuition is being used or asked of to be utilized and to trust in this space and in this season. I'm so grateful that we are in Aries. Aries is, like I said, it's the starter. It is the first of the zodiac sign of the signs. Okay. And so it is the house placement is even number 1. It's self, it's ego, it's our appearance. It is what we exude and send out into the world. And so it being the first of coming of the sequence of zodiac signs, it's very synchronistic that we start with number 2 of the intuition, the sureness of self, tapping into our knowingness, tapping into our third eye to clearly see. I don't know about you, my dear, but honey, these last couple of months have been trusting my intuition, trusting what I've been shown, and to see what I see when it comes to life's challenges, family dynamics, people, what are people even saying, or what body language is even being exuded as people are talking and saying what they're saying, and putting it together and letting my antennas be up so that I'm aware of what source, what God, what universe, what my spiritual team are sending to me. And so this is a clear, so this is the first card up, clear declaration of please tap into that intuition. You know when something doesn't feel right, it's not feeling as complete as it would on a Monday. Now on a Tuesday, it feels different. Something, a vibration, something, a timbre in the voice is not sounding congruent with what somebody is actually saying to you. Okay. So these are the moments to tap in to what is being shown to you versus what you feel and hear and understanding your perception. Okay, so this is a season right now, in restarting with this first zodiac sign of our full moon energy. It's a reset, it's a redo. All right. And the reason being is because there is material harvest here. Nine of, now technically, this would be 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. And 9 of Pentacles is a wonderful card because it's a person seeing all of the things that they've worked towards come into fruitful fruition. Okay. It's when you get to all the things that you worked hard, you harvest, you're reaping the wealth of the harvest. And this is very cool. Reason being is because guess what? This full moon we're dealing with in Aries is called the harvest moon. And so beautiful synchronicity that we have material harvest. Everything that we've gone through, and I know I'm not alone, in these last few months was a showing of things. It was a showing, a revealing of truths. All right. I had set the intention for myself before I even went on my trip back home or any of the other places that I had been. No matter what, please let my third eye be shown. Let all truths be revealed. And they were harsh truths for so many different reasons. But what I am noticing what I am noticing now that I had to come to a place of that truth, acknowledging that truth, dealing with that truth, saying forgiveness for that truth, not only for myself first, but also for other people, in understanding that I had to release. I had to release, but let me tell you this, I have been reaping the wealth and the material harvest of it. I have more shows coming up. I have more financial opportunities coming up, being asked of me to perform, do things, and even getting me out here in other venues. And so I'm grateful for that. But I share all that to say that it's not just me, my dear, it's you too. When we deal with the baggage, the obstacles, we use our intuition to stand strong in our spiritual wisdom, our spiritual awakening, and we deal with what's being shown to us in a healthy way by setting boundaries for ourselves and doing the healing work we're supposed to do. Know that in this season, we are getting ready for a material harvest. I'm already experiencing it. So if you haven't experienced it yet, my dear, please be aware that it is here. It is happening. So be open to it. Do what you're supposed to do, the necessary work for it, and get ready to receive your harvest, material harvest during this harvest moon. Come through. Yes. Now, we also have number 7, deception and envy. My dear, this would be the 7 of swords. And so because of the 7 of swords shows a person, an individual running, looking back because he has all these swords he's carrying and dropping and doing the most. He's running because something is not as what it seems to be. It's not what it seems to be. Something is in here. There's a masquerade. There's a mask. Someone is not being their full self. And because of that, a mask had to be taken off. Now, guess what? That mask could be you, or it could be another individual or the situation in itself. But the point of the matter is that there was some deception and envy. But guess what? Flowing with our intuition, we will begin to, again, see things, let it be revealed. Understand that this goes along with the learning process. This is helping us in our mental capacity to understand and recognize when something is not looking right. Everyone does not mean to come in their most honest, forthright self. Why? Because a lot of times hurt people hurt people. And so they come sometimes disguised in a loving smile, which we later find out is fake. It usually comes with disingenuine, I would say, it looks like care. It looks like it's someone being really concerned with your life. In all actuality, it's really digging for information to be utilized someplace else or somewhere else. You know, it's not an authentic care or concern, just actually getting more information that could, again, could be used later on. Okay. And not for your best and highest good. So please use discernment, use your intuition to detect when you're noticing your flags and your antenna is going up, to understand what this really is. Come through. And then finally, when you get that aha or understanding of that deception, it's time for some heart chakra healing. We got number 4, heart chakra, heart chakra. Heart chakra energy in this space, a lot of times it is tested because we're taught in a lot of our beliefs, our faith-based beliefs and spirituality, to forgive. But how do you forgive someone or something or the situation when you're in a space of anger or disappointment or even fear, because you don't want to get hurt? Well, I'm here to testify that I've been there and I've done that. And it hurts. It hurts, but I promise you this. if you can sit with the hurt and understand that the hurt had to be, again, revealed, because one thing I also have learned in this life, hard knock life lessons, when it hurts, when something really hurts, that is one lesson that is not easily forgotten. That is the truth. Sometimes it takes that man punch gut to the gut, or that knife in the back, or that knife in the chest, that really feels like, what in the world did I just experience? Did this really happen? But it also, again, puts a lasting nail in the coffin to understand that, oh my goodness, I don't like how this feels. And if this is the energy that this person or this situation keeps bringing towards me, why am I giving myself to this situation? Why do I keep signing up for constant hurt or pain or disappointment or fear when it comes to this person or this situation or this job? And these are some of the questions that come up when you're asking and reflecting on that. But again, it's kind of like when you're little, if you ever touch something that was too hot, it burned, it hurt. But guess what? You've learned not to touch that hot stove, or put your hand on that fan, or all the things as little kids that you get to learn because it was such a harsh situation to learn from. It caused pain. It caused a scar. I'm sure you can think back to a couple of scars that you even have on your legs, your knees, your shins, your elbows, your arms, and you can instantly go back and recall that particular fall, slip, hit, because it lasted. It created a lasting imprint in your brain to recognize what not to do in the future. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes these hurtful, painful experiences have to come in such a drastic way. Why? It leaves an imprint. Why? So that you can recognize when it's happening again, so that you can work through it a lot faster, quicker, with better sense, with better vision, with better hearing of what this situation is calling for, and with solutions and resolutions come through. So please work with your heart chakra. Yes, it's probably asking for forgiveness, but hear me when I say this. 9 times out of 10, the forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. It's for your own self. I had to step back and forgive, not only, and here I go with the sharing, not only a situation that happened with my family, but for myself. And the reason being is because I had to forgive myself for standing in the accountability of how I allowed something to go back so far. So a real quick story. And you know what? This leads up to this. We have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, which is emotional withdrawal. So 8 of Cups in the old school Rider-Waite cards, it shows a person walking away on all 8 cups, but they're walking away because at this point, the situation or the person or whatever the occurrence is, it's become clear that this is no longer my baggage. This is no longer for me to deal with. I have to walk away for sanity. And as you can see in this person, in this picture, this person has gone into solitude for peaceful healing in meditation and even in prayer by the water. Water is synonymous with a releasing, a cleansing of the sense, even like with tears, is a cleansing of the spirit of the soul. And so here's this person meditating, letting go, resetting in stillness by themselves in order to do an emotional withdrawal for healing for themselves. Now, going back to my story, when I went to Chicago, I was presented with a situation which I thought could be done with the most cleanest effect. I had to go back and clear out a storage facility that my mom had back in the day. And so it was filled with a lot of stuff of hers and my grandmother's. And so I had been paying for the storage facility, but the thing about it was my stepfather had the key. So even though I'm paying for it, I had to go through my stepfather to get the stuff out of storage and finally bring it here. And so now I now can close the door on this situation. Now I found it so beautiful because my mother kept giving me signs and synchronicity, things that were happening to let me know it was time to get the stuff. My ticket, my mother's birthday is 11/4, so I'm getting ready to do the anniversary. I got a picture of my mom right here, her anniversary of her birthday. And so my ticket to get there was 11/4. The every time I turned around, I kept seeing 11/4, 11/4, 11/4. And even my arrival time or something else was so synchronistic. It was crazy. The address to pick up the stuff is 11/4. That was literally the address. No, it was 11:01, but it was either her address or the stall number is like 11/4. It was crazy. Everything was 11/4. And so again, I had to deal with, but I had the idea because I consider myself to be a loving sister. I asked my brother, who also had a storage facility there, did he want to be a part of me picking up all my stuff? And so everything I thought would be a-okay, but lo and behold, I received a lot of newfound information, and what I was hoping was going to be the most smoothest transition turned out not to be. Now, the curious thing about all of this was initially I thought it might be with my stepfather, but I had put in a lot of intentions, prayers, meditation, that it was going to be as smooth as possible. No matter what, I was here to come with peace and love in my heart, that it was going to be a-okay, that all worked out wonderfully, that and then I can close this chapter of this storage facility, and even not speaking with my stepfather, just to close it out and start anew. Lo and behold, I never thought that everything that happened ran smoothly with my stepfather. Everything I thought kind of ran smoothly with my brother until it was time to unpack his storage facility. And so there was a somewhat discord, I guess, in me asking for a speaker back that was promised. You know what? I'm not going to even go into detail. The point of the matter is, I wound up saying goodbye. I gave everyone a hug, my brother and my stepfather, loving hugs, to, again, closing out the chapter. Now, it was beautiful, and I'm so grateful that my stepfather, literally, with an open heart and an open mind, we got through it peacefully. Now, what I did not expect was the following week, I want to say maybe 5 days later, I was at an event with my brother that was hosted by a girlfriend of mine, and he chose not to speak to me. He came in, said hello to everybody who was there at the house that we were staying, and said hello to everyone. Now I'm sitting at a table and I'm basically patiently waiting to, say hi to my bro, because I know he hasn't seen any of these other people in a minute. So I know he's going to say hi to me. He did not. He said hello and he left out. I was shocked. I was surprised. I was like, really? What just happened? Well, the following day was the day of the party. Shout out, and I'm taking this time right now to shout out Lifestyle One Pass. I'll be bringing out some more information about my girlfriend. She hosts these epic parties, epic parties. This last party was actually in San Diego, and it was at a airplane hangar. And the theme was prom redo. And so everyone is dressed to the nines. It's a beautiful thing, affair. We have waiters. It's an open bar. It's a fabulous occasion, a beautiful weather. Everyone is looking fabulous, dressed up in our prom gear. I will be posting pictures about that later on as well. So shout out to Miss Key for hosting with Lifestyle One Pass this fabulous event. And my brother shows up after I'm there with my husband. We're doing our thing. And once again, I'm snuffed. He comes in, he says hi to several people. It's not until about an hour and a half where he finally sees me and walks over to my table and he says hi to me. Now, yes, I could have walked over to him. I could have, but um, I something spirit was telling me stay put, just to do a second test run to see is it me or is he really is trying to avoid me. And sure enough, it was clear if he had been there about an hour and a half before my husband Troy went off to the restroom, and he came and he talked to me. And so I had made it up in my mind the night before that, wow, this was the third time that my bro had kind of cut me off in conversations. Okay. And it never fails that he would get into this space of despondent space of not speaking to me every time he would go visit with his father, my stepfather. And so it's not here to place blame or anybody on why he does this or who's at cause of this. The fact is, my brother is in his 30s, grown man, and so he made another choice to not speak to me. And keep this in mind, I had prefaced before we even started this whole thing of the move to please. I purposely called him and said, and told him that I really would love for him to keep lines of communication open with me. No matter what happens, always know you can talk to me. I am here. If you have any questions, concerns, or any feelings, come and talk to me. I am a talker, if you haven't picked that up yet. And so I share all this to say is a choice was made, and he made a choice. Now, he later, when he walked up to me, he said, well, he's going through some things and, and immediately I said, you know what? It's okay. It's all right. No matter if you were going through some things, you purposely went out your way to talk to everybody, not once, but twice in these 2 days. But it's okay. I had already did my release. And I told him it was okay. I told him to have fun. It would be all right. Now, I share this with you to explain that in my heart, I had to let go. I had to walk away because, again, this was the third time that this had happened. And so I had to make clear that it was my fault because in the past, when he has gotten into this routine of not speaking to me, I was always the one who tried to force a relationship and talk to me so we can talk things out. Okay. That's always been my thing. Talk to me so we can talk things out, so we can get clarity on what the issue is so it can be cleared up and fixed. I had to walk away from this one. Third time, there will be no third time. I had even mentioned that to my bro. I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old for this shit. And so I have to move forward. And again, hurt people have a tendency of hurting people. So whatever the issue is not my concern no longer. I had to emotionally withdraw, which is why I did not do any readings or anything. I had to, because it hurt. And it was a grieving process. It was a grieving process for a lot of things that I saw even in my family dynamics with my cousins and my aunties and uncles. I had a straight pivotal aha moment with everything going on with my family, but I had to make peace with it. I shed my tears. I went through my grieving. I cried. I prayed. I have to let go. I had to release because, again, I had to go back to accountability. What was my accountability to this? Always thinking to be a fixer. And it made me think back to what I've learned even in my coaching with my coach, that I was taking on patterns that my mom kind of instilled in me because I saw her as the model of always reaching out to forgive people and fix things. So my mom would be considered to be a fixer. And growing up in that household, I took on that as well. Since she was no longer physically here, earthly bound here as the fixer, I kind of picked up the torch to be the fixer of my family. And I'm here now to declare that that is no longer my role. I put my torch down. and it is me time. Me time, which is again why it's perfect for this Aries moon, because Aries is again, it's about self, it's about ego, it is about focusing on you for your best, highest good. It is for calling out the warrior inside to focus on you to get things done. All right. And so I share that long, drawn out story, personal story of mine, because, beautiful spirit, I need you to understand you are not alone. There are so many things going out in this world, and people are dealing with things when it comes to family, when it comes to their job, when it comes to their interpersonal relationships with friends, with significant others, you name it, political parties, you name it, and it's going down. It is going down. But I will say, with everything that happened during this last eclipse season, it all brought us full circle to this new season as we've ushered in fall. We have had one hell of a spring and a summer, but it is here during this fall equinox that it had to happen so that we can prepare for this fall and this winter season to end out this year. Reason being is because I'm reminding you, we are in the year of 9. 2025 altogether creates the number 9, and 9 is significant when completion. It is the closing of chapters, seasons, things that needed an end so that we can focus on a new beginning. And so I am here to share with my personal dilemmas, not to just to air out my dirty laundry, because I don't even see it as dirty laundry anymore. It's an awakening. It's a personal awakening for me, and I'm sharing this to inspire you to see whatever it is that you're going through as a personal awakening for your highest good. Did it feel good that you have to go through it? Probably hell no, it did not. But I need you to grasp and understand that this was a season of learning and growing so that you can be your best and highest self. Because I will say this whole situation has made me a better and stronger person, because the most vulnerable people to in my life that made me be the vulnerable little girl, or thought it was a safe space. And you would think if it's family, it should be a safe space. But unfortunately, sometimes it just isn't that. And so I have learned from this everything that, you know what, sometimes it's best to create your family. And so I am in the midst of right now creating my ideal family of those who I've seen in the past and have shown me in the past that they are there for what? Me. Who? Me. For me to be in my best and highest good, for them to cheer me on with authentic love and success, to see me as the authentic person that I am and be okay with that, whether it's tarot readings, whether it's yoga, whether it's my acting, whether it's my singing, or the plethora of other things, whether it's my life coaching and giving advice, whatever it is, people that can see me for who I am and my mission, my life purpose out here, and do it with non-judgmental eyes and ears. And so I love that I have spiritual brothers and sisters out here in this world who can actually see me and understand me. I'm meeting up with a girlfriend now. I call her my spiritual sister, my girlfriend, Miss Talisha. Yes, because I'm here to be of assistance to her, just like she has gone over and beyond to be a beacon of light, hope, a listening ear for me anytime I needed her. And even when I was in Chicago, God bless her, she was my right hand person right there to help me navigate through the emotional highs, lows, and family drama that was going on. And I am here to be the same for her. Shout out to my girl Key for being a beautiful spirit of inviting me to all these wonderful, fantastic events, or being a listening ear, or someone who says, if I need to cry, girl, you don't have to cry by yourself. Call me. We'll cry together. Those are the kinds of things that I love to hear from my fellow spiritual sisters. From my spiritual sister, Anna. God bless her sweet soul. When I need someone to talk to and laugh, I know I can call her because Lord knows she got stories for days that she can share with me, and I her. And again, it's a spirit and a space of non-judgment. And again, I share these things with you to understand this, honey. No matter what you're going through in these partnerships, in these relationships, in these workspaces, there is a tribe for you. And if you got somewhere to be quiet and still in your emotional withdrawal and in your meditation or prayer, however you need to see it, you will be able to understand and see who are your tribe members, who are your spiritual brothers and sisters. I have a beautiful brother, spiritual brother. His name is Theo. I have two, Theo and my cousin Sean. No matter what is going on in my life, I can call day or night. These beautiful spirits are going to listen to me, and I listen to them about any and everything that's going on with the world. And it's a true of real talk. It's not a facade. It's real talk conversations. So we can navigate how to get through this world. And it's a non-judgment space. So hear me when I say family does not have to be blood related. I'm getting total downloads on this. Didn't mean for it to get as long as it did, but someone needs to hear this. You need to hear this, beautiful spirit. You need to hear this. Family dynamics doesn't necessarily have to be blood related. And in these moments and in these times, please understand, recognize, and attract, if you haven't yet, your tribe, your spiritual brothers and sisters. There are times when you're going to have to talk spirituality, and you will need to know who are your spiritual brothers and sisters that can understand the language that you're speaking in that dialect. There has been a division going on for a while now. Has it been political? Has it been religious? And et cetera, I don't know. But I will say this, by all means, find who you can have an honest, open relationship with in communicating your heart, your soul, your spirit, and know that no matter what, they have your back just like you have their back. Ooh, come through. Yes. And why? Because of these moments. These moments. I'm going to skip this one and go straight to this one. This was underneath the deck. Emotional loss. Number 5. This is a 5 of cups. And the emotional loss is we're so busy crying over the 3 cups that fell over that we're not paying attention to the 2 cups that are still standing, that are intact. So yes, I had to let go of those broken cups in order. So i.e. broken cups, so certain family members, certain friend dynamics, certain things and mindset, mental mindsets, because that can be also something that you have to let go in order to appreciate the 2 cups that are standing here, which are the spiritual sisters and brothers that I have, for the blessing of having a beautiful husband who loves and supports and care and loves me and listens to my cries in the middle of the night or my anger issues and remind me that it's okay because I'm not alone. And these are the things I had to grieve. But it's okay to deal with this emotional loss. So beautiful spirit, know that again, you are not alone. I am here with you. You are dealing with an emotional loss, but hear me well, hear me good. Even in that 5 and that 8, one thing that showed up is this ace. This is a ace of wands, passion ignited. When you can take the time to do the heart work, to see with clarity the deception and the envy, when you can do the work of tapping into your intuition and understanding that those vibrations are not yours, they're not yours to have or experience, or should I say keep, and you do the work to go in withdrawal and go through the morning, honey, the beautiful thing that is here is this ace of wands, passion ignited. And I'm here to be an example of what happens when that does happen. For a long time, when I was dealing with all of this, I had no space of creativity, which is hence why I couldn't do any of the readings. I wanted to. Hey, I was so excited about that new moon in Virgo. Why? I'm a Virgo rising. So I was here for it, but I was not in the mental or emotional space to give it to you because I had to do my own healing. But now that I've done the letting go, shaking it off, look, I mean, like seriously, forgiving of myself, because it's not even about them any longer. Forgiving of myself that I allowed it to go so long and hold up residence in my head and my heart. My creativity has been popping. I'm ready to do interviews. I am again open to all kind of new opportunities that have come towards me. I've had people come to me telling me of different places I need to be performing, and the list goes on and on and on in my bookings and positive energy. And even with this impromptu trip I'm getting ready to take right now, I feel good. I'm in a better space and a better place. And this ace is a reminder that you too shall endure. Let your creativity thrive. Wands represents spiritual energy. It represents a newness. All aces represents a newness, new beginnings, new opportunities, new partnerships, new space of living. It's a vitality. It's a reawakening of the spirit. And so with it, it's just like I said, it's a gun-ho feeling. And like I said, and we're being introduced to it with this wonderful first sign, an Aries. It's please let this initiation, initiation with this initiative energy of Aries come into your spirit and your soul once you take care of this healing that you have to deal with and deal with it in a way that'll reawakens the spirit warrior in you, my dear. It is not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. What I believe in is synchronicities. And spirit is telling me right now that this cycle, this spirit, this season, this season is now getting ready to a close. It's coming to a close to allow for newness in you, my dear. I have wasted some, well, I'm not going to say wasted. Let me recalculate that or rephrase that. It is this, all of these things was a culmination for a bigger and triumphant you, my dear. So let me go ahead and keep wrapping this up. Now we have 70, which becomes a 7, universal bank. Everything you need to thrive is already here. I like that. Everything you need to thrive is already here. I love this. And I definitely can understand that because everything that I have taught and I've gone through this and learned from, it's helping me to thrive, come through. And I know it's doing the same for you, my dear. And then underneath the deck, we have old school. What is this? 21? Old school. Old school. You have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. Yeah, that shit hurt. Yeah, that experience and that obstacle and that challenge hurt. But guess what, my dear? No matter who you had to fire on their day off, whether it was friends, family, oh goodness, I'm getting phone calls. 427 come through. That is a significant number for me, but I digress. But I know that I'm right on track. So thank you for the download, spiritual guides. Everything that you have learned is gained wisdom on your years, and you had to go through what you had to go through to gain the wisdom that you are learning. Hear me when I say this learning spell, this learning space and span, it's for your best of your growth. Spirit is telling me to read Universal Bank. I'm going to read that 7. Why? Because you have a 7 in here as well. So that deception and envy, I feel like it's synonymous with that. So here, let me read that. Let's see, 70. And let me get these glasses. Universal Bank. Everything you need to thrive is already here. Come through. Yes. It's time for you to make a withdrawal. A withdrawal. Come through. A withdrawal. I like how it's synonymous with emotional withdrawal. So yes, here it is. We have another withdrawal. Come through. It's time for you to make a withdrawal from the universal bank. The universal bank is the infinite intelligence within you and your connection to true wealth and abundance. In order to make a withdrawal, I love this. Withdraw from a universal bank, you simply need to request it and then believe that it is on its way. See it as already done, already a reality. If it is hard for you to do this because you believe that you are unworthy or undeserving of what you want or need, it may be hard for you to manifest this withdrawal in your reality. You are being asked to use your imagination and visualization skills to draw to you which with you are requesting. Imagine that there is a magnificent bank, which is not of this world. This bank knows who you really are and knows that you are worthy of everything that you need to thrive. The teller at the bank greets you with unconditional love and assures you that everything you need is ready to be delivered. Pulling out and unrolling a golden scroll, the bank teller tells you your true worth, how much you really have in your savings account. She hands you a withdrawal slip and asks you to fill it out, writing down exactly what you need and desire in this moment. She asks you to have faith that it will be delivered in your physical world in perfect divine timing. Remember the magical formula. You simply need to make a request and believe that it's on its way. Abundance is your birthright. Can you see it? And so some of the questions to ask yourself during this moment is, what do you need or desire in this moment? What do you need or desire in this moment? Number 2, what about this year? What about this year? Number 3, this lifetime. This lifetime. Next question, how would your life be better if you allowed yourself to receive these things? How would your life be better if you allowed yourself to receive those things? So beautiful spirit, I just had a moment. I am going to do this assignment and ask those questions when I get off with this. That was so poignant that I felt to speak to my soul as well. And so I will be asking myself and writing down and journaling those same questions, as well as I'm going to suggest you do the same. Okay? Beautiful spirit. Now, because Aries also brings about, again, yourself, your life purpose, I decided to bring out the life purpose cards in this reading. And the first one was support. Oh my goodness, that was so beautiful. Support. Your life purpose fully supports you. Your life purpose fully supports you. Whatever it is you are working on, whatever you find yourself bringing you joy and in your life purpose of happiness and joy, by all means, know that it is fully supported. It is fully supported. And here we go here. Underneath the deck is infinite abundance. Infinite abundance. I like this because this goes well with the Ace of Swords. You're fully, and here we go with this word, supported. I think that is so poignant, that supported is constantly being utilized in this reading. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. Ooh, I love this. And look at this. Oh, wow. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. It's a full, bountiful harvest. What does that look like? A full, bountiful harvest. You are fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. My dear, it's time for some you. You have been basically navigating for others, whether it's your children, whether it's for your parents, whether it's for your significant others, for your other family members, for your business, for coworkers. The list can go on, and hey, even for complete strangers. I have a lot of people who definitely do volunteer work, but this is the question that has to be asked, and this is the time. When do you have enough time for yourself, my dear? And are you giving yourself enough time for you to, again, replenish and refill your cup so that your cup runneth over? And then that way, when your cup runneth over, since you already have two suits of cups coming through, when do you have enough time to pour for others? Please pour so much into your cup that it overflows, and it then can pour into the other cups that you can now pass on and pass out to others. Myself, I had to do that for myself to be here for my best and highest good for you, my dear. And so that is the main message that I am gathering from this, my dear. Everything else, that was a temporary situation. And if you are currently experiencing that situation right now, I am here to remind you that, guess what? It's coming to a close, my dear. We have finished out the eclipse season, and we are now in the fall equinox, and now things are coming to a closure as we edge out to end out 2025. So, my dear, get ready to close that book in 2025. But now it's time to start making some preparations for 2026. And so, in this time of healing your heart, healing yourself, forgiving others, but more importantly, forgiving yourself and holding accountability of how it got this far, whatever the situation may be. How did it get this far? And please be honest with yourself on what part did you play in that. Were you such a forgiving soul that you disregarded the negative behavior, the harshness of words that was spoken to you, of you, by you? All of these things, these are the things to ask yourself and be honest about, my dear. And then at that point, because this is a full moon and it's the perfect time for releasing, write that shit out. Write it out. And if you need to, do a burning ceremony if it feels good to you in the most safest sound place, and a sink with working water. Burn it and let it go. And then let the ashes go down the sink as you could turn on the water to let it go, if that's what you like to do. Otherwise, you could tear it up or just write it out and let it be cathartic. Send it out to spirit, send it out to God, send it out to universe. And then if you want to keep it as a reminder and date it and timestamp it as a reminder for later on, if you ever need to reflect on it, you have it. There are so many different ways to work through this, my dear. And I'm here to send you loving energy that I know that you can make it. I can do it and you can too. We all on different time frames, but this is your journey, and it is not my job to figure out what's your time frame. It is made for you in your uniqueness, but it can be done. And I'm sending you loving energy that it can be done. A couple of things I also want to share with you before I close out is, guess what? One of the wonderful things that I was explaining before, have some wonderful experiences. If you are in the Valencia area, please come check me out for some live music. I will be performing live. These are all Friday dates. They do live music on Fridays, and the first one up will be on Halloween. Yes, Friday, October 31st. I will be performing from 6 to 9. On October 31st, on November 7th, and on November 28th at the Valencia Oaks Club. And it is a private membership, but hear me when I say, I'm going to make sure to create a page so that you can RSVP through that page and come and check out your girl sing. I'm throwing a party, honey. This is a liberation space I am in, and hear me when I say we about to party. So come through so you can hear some good vibes, some happy vibes, some flowing. So please don't stop the music. We are here in these streets. All right. So again, that will be on the 31st of October, November 7th, and November 28th. Also on November 2nd, I'll be teaching yoga at the same location, the O's Club. And once again, private situation, private membership. But again, I'm going to have a link, and that will be through my newsletter and my website that you'll be able. So give me a couple of days to get that done. Okay. But I'll have stuff when I finally create the link. I'll have it linked below so that you can just hit the link and RSVP. We have some time before the October 31st event and the November 2nd. So just give me some grace and mercy as I navigate and get this stuff done. Also, my girlfriend that I was mentioning about the prom redo, and when I post these pictures, you'll understand what I'm talking about. She does some elegant shit, baby. Yes, she does. I just love the classiness of her events. She goes big. And so I am putting it out there that she will be hosting, her next one will be November 9th. November 9th. And this time I will be one of the vendors at her event. And so it would be a magical night of magicians, palm readers, tarot readers, burlesque. Girlfriend has a whole lot going on, and it's a masquerade theme party in downtown LA. All information I will have in the link below and also in my newsletter. Please go ahead and grab your tickets. It's a fabulous event. Hear me when I say she goes over and beyond. So hear me when I say it is lug approved that you must be here at this event. Show up, show out, and enjoy yourself and take pictures and just be like, wow, this is freaking fantastic. She has a wild imagination. So Miss Kiana, shout out to you and Lifestyle One Pass. And again, I'm going to have that link for that event. And besides that, please hit the like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you can stay abreast of all my readings that I do. I know this was a lengthy one, but it needed to be said. And beautiful spirit, as always, continue to what? Shine your light. I am a firm believer that if everyone was to shine their light, and I mean brightly shine their light, no one would be in darkness, my dear. You never know who you may inspire. Again, this is a spiritual warfare we are dealing with. Now, hear me when I say that there are some underlying elements that are also being the catalyst to these things. People are saying things in this political realm. There's a government shutdown. People are saying things in a religious sense. There's a lot going on with the news. There's a lot going on the internet and media and social media. Please choose responsibly what you plan on taking into your space right now in this moment of healing, because yes, it does put weight onto your mental, emotional intelligence, on your spiritual, even on your financial. So when you're in a different mind state that may not be in its highest frequency. So please be careful about what all you are consuming as you're going through your own healing process. It's clean house time, and it's been going on for a minute now, but please clean your house so that it invites a new fresh smell, a new fresh newness of aura, frequency, sound, vibration, affirmations, things of that magnitude. Sage your house if you need to. And if you don't like the smell of incense and sage, please know that they also sell liquid sage that you can spray. I make my own, and I put it in here in this big old bottle because I'm always taking it in and spraying it when I do readings with others. And I just need you to understand that there's so many tools out here to utilize for your best and highest good, my dear. I'm vibing high, and I'm so grateful that I'm back into my space of vibing high. And I want you to know that you are welcome to vibe high with me, my dear. And if you need help with that, by all means, holla at your girl. That's what I'm here for. You know I got it. That's what I'm here for. I have 15-minute free consultations to talk things out, to figure out if I'm a good fit for you, to help you to receive and get into that higher vibration, to help you to get from where you are to where you need to be in this life, my dear. Time is ticking away, and no one is promised tomorrow. So please enjoy the space and the joy and find the joy and instill the joy and happiness that you deserve and are worthy of experiencing in this moment. Which reminds me, shout out to the last event that I was just a vendor at the sanctuary. Mwah! Shout out to the sanctuary and Kahira for inviting me to be the yoga instructor and be a vendor there. It was so beautiful to meet and do readings for so many people there, and it was just a magical moment. And so again, these are the things that I'm grateful for, or even teaching yoga this past Sunday. Just being in these moments and these ways to be of service to other people. I promise you, if you pour into your cup, you will have more room, more space, and more energy to be able to help others on a significant basis, my dear. Find your life purpose, find out how you can be of service, and then find your joy and your happiness, my dear. It is there for you to just enjoy. And until next time, my dear, whether I see you on this video, putting out a video, or if I see you live at any one of these vendoring opportunities, or whether you see me singing or doing yoga, I look forward to sharing some energy and some space with you, my dear. Be all that you can be in this lifetime. And I'm sending you much love and happiness. Come through. And thank you for being a part of another episode of Come Through. All links are down below. You can catch this episode on Spotify or through YouTube. And again, subscribe, share with someone who needed to hear this message as well, that you know are going through something right now and they needed to hear this message to know that they are right on track in their healing process. Come through. It ain't just myself or you, my dear. It takes a tribe. So you got to make sure that the tribe is healing in the best way and form and fashion so that we can spread this frequency out further and farther than we ever could do ever out here. It's like, seriously, it's needed. Come through. All right. Till next time, my dear. Mwah! Take care. Bye. Hit that like button. Bye.